Ooh, buddy. It's gonna be a good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Let's see if we can get anybody up in here. See if we can get anybody up in here. Find out. See if we can. Let's go, people. Everybody's probably busy doing the Christmas shopping. That's probably what's going on. Ooh, we got one person in here. What's up, Queen Survivor? How you doing tonight? What's up, birthday chat supervisor? Shane, what's up? Bo Baker, what's up? What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I'm doing pretty good. I've been checking some shit out on YouTube that kind of aggravated me a little bit. We might get into it here in a few. Me and the wife was actually just talking about it. We was just talking about some stuff that was going on that I came across on YouTube. Right on. Yeah, we got 5 people in here. 5 people. Yeah, I came across this. I don't have an internet. I can't pull it up, but I can try to show it on this other phone of mine. See if I can pull the thing up I was talking about. It's an 18-year-old kid who supposedly is trying to become a pimp. And everybody knows what no jumper is and all that stuff, and the sharp and all that. Adam 22, I think, no jumper. Everybody knows his channel. And I was happened to come across his channel, and I seen this kid on there talking about being a pimp. This kid right here, right there, him. And everybody knows who the sharp is. I don't know if anybody watches No Jumper, but anyways, this kid he's 18 years old, and the 2 girls on either side of him are 17 years old. They're both 17 years old. The boy is 18. The kid came from a wealthy family, a real good family. And I can't stand the dude with the tats though. Yeah, Shane, I understand. He's kind of loud, I think. But I don't have nothing against the dude. I don't really watch it. I just happen to come across it. And that's how I kind of knew who the dude is. And Adam 22, no jumper. They talk more about the rap game and stuff. What's going on, the underground rap and stuff. Almost like how it is on country rap. You know, you got certain people that talks about country rap. Well, that's how Adam and them are. They talk about the country rap and street gangs and all that stuff. Well, that's what I understand from it, what I looked up today. So I kind of did some research. But this kid I'm talking about, his name's Kelpy, whatever, however you say his name, Kelpy. But supposedly he wants to be a pimp. And what kind of agitated me about it is his grandma and grandpa is a very, very, I guess they have a lot of money. They live in this big ass house, a lot of money. I guess his grandparents are farmers. and can't remember what state he's from, but I guess they're farmers, and his mom and dad, he grew up, but what upsetted me is he's sitting there. I don't care about the pimp thing. That's none of my business, but I will get to that in a second. What bothers me about this 18-year-old kid, he's literally taking these girls and putting them out on the streets to make money, to sell their bodies, and take their money to go buy them more drugs, meth, to give to them. That's what bothers me. These are young kids. This is an 18-year-old boy giving these 17-year-old girls, kids that pretty much supposedly ran from home because they didn't like the way they was growing up and got mad at mommy and daddy. So that, you know how young kids are, they just sneak out of the back window or the back door or whatever and take off for a little bit, and they get themselves in trouble. But he's trying to become something that he's not. He's trying to become a thug. That's how people get killed, because you are trying to be something that you're not. And you got a lot of gangs in the United States that are young kids anymore, are trigger happy. So you got this kid here, 18-year-old kid, thinking he is something because that's what he wants to be, and he keeps on telling everybody in all of his I don't know what you call it, interviews, I guess, sitting there going, well, I came from a real bad childhood. My mom and dad split up, we didn't have very much money. It was real rough growing up. Okay. At first I was like, all right, understandable. Okay, there's a lot of things going on. Instagram gangster. Yeah, exactly. And then in another interview, he literally sat there and said, my grandparents got a lot of money. They're farmers, so they have a lot of money. My parents, I grew up in a good home. They gave me anything and everything. Last year for Christmas, they bought me an Xbox One and got me the PS4 or PS5, And I'm like sitting there going, but your last interview you just said you grew up in a real bad home. So now I'm doing my research. Now I'm digging into this kid, going, okay, what is this kid? Who is this kid? Why is he doing this to these girls? First off, I think he has some issues in his head, to be honest with you. I think he just feels like, and he even said it, and I'm using his words, he said, I woke up one day and I felt like being a pimp, so I got two of my good friends and pimped them out. All right. And then in the first interview, he talked about, his parents beating him, and grew up in a troubled home, Okay. And then second interview, he sits there and talks about, oh, my grandparents are farmers. They got a lot of money. That I get whatever I want. My mom and dad, they treated me real good, Now I'm pissed off because me growing up, I grew up in a bad home. I grew up in a troubled home. I grew up by getting beat by my sister's dad. I got beat every day when I came home from school. I was scared to come out of my room on the weekends because I wasn't allowed to go to a friend's house when he was home. And here is a kid saying and pretending he went through this stuff. And that pisses me off. And then he says his house got raided 2 weeks ago by the feds, but they took all the drugs and $20,000. But they never took him to jail. I've been to jail. I've been in trouble. but I never been in trouble for drugs. But I'm pretty certain, 100% positive, if you're going to get your house raided, they're going to take you to jail. They're not just going to take your drugs and take your money and go take you away. So why are you lying? Why are you trying to say that you are trying to live a lifestyle that you never lived before? I've been homeless. I have lived in tents when I got older. I got kicked out of my house when I was 16 years old. I had to survive. I had to protect myself. I had to sleep on the square on a bench with a cardboard box because it was raining. I had to do all these things. And here's this kid saying something that he's not. And that's what I'm saying. He's going to learn the hard way. And I'm watching this, and this kid is trying to be something. I understand. You know, I do have some street smarts. I might be from the country, but I'm from both sides of the track. You can look me up. I grew up in the city. My dad is from Chicago. I grew up from the city. I was not born and raised in Chicago. I was born and raised in Ohio. But I know what the city's like. I know what kind of trouble are out on the streets. I lived on the streets when I got kicked out of my house at the age of 16, my mom's house. I got kicked out at the age of 16. 17, I came back to finish high school. 18, I moved back out. Because I got in some trouble on the streets where I had to graduate. If not, I was looking at 10 years in jail. So I had to graduate. And yes, and that's what I feel sorry for, what this kid is putting these two girls through, because it's just not, you're not putting a target on your back, you're putting a target on whoever's back you are surrounding yourself with. That means he's putting a target on his back. If they can't get to him because he's talking all this, if they can't get to him, they're going to get to the girls. And the girls, sounds like they grew up in a decent home. They just didn't want to be in that home because they didn't want to be told what to do. Because it sounds like their parents had good head on their shoulders. It sounds like, no, you're not going to go out and party. You're doing your schoolwork. You're getting through school. You're graduating. And they just didn't want to listen. So they wanted to do whatever they wanted to do. And the sad part is, he says he's not choosing this life. This life chose him. But at the same time, he keeps on talking about trying to become famous off of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And this is the way to do it. Being fake is not the way to do it. Being true to yourself and being true to who you really are is how you're going to make it to the top. And that's the way I look at it. Like, literally, if you listen to this kid talk,
so they were trying to control you, or just saying the right? Was there a part of your guys?
Yeah, we all we're on different drugs. They're using crystal meth, and that just kind of helps them keep working. But they were doing that before they started working with me. Before they were in my stable, they were already messing around with drugs. I personally, cigarettes and opioids, but I really cut back on opioids a lot, just like codeine, promethazine, and Percocet and stuff like that. But mostly just nicotine is my only vice. Try and stay pretty.
Is this just a business arrangement, or is there a romantic aspect to this?
I mean, I guess you could say it's a little bit of both. Like, I love both of these women. I mean, we've done things of like, you know, a sexual nature and things like that. But for me, the number one thing I focus on is the money. And I'm sure they'll probably tell you the same thing, is they're really just trying to, you know, have a better lives for themselves. And that, in this day and age, really involves money. It's like the ticket to freedom is what I call it.
How old are you guys?
19, they're 18.
So you're all kids.
Now we're young. Yeah, but we still about our shit. We still getting this money. Like I said, feds just took $20,000 from me when they raided me yesterday. But we're gonna make it right back, you know.
And Ashley and Crystal, you tell me how you guys grew up and where you came from before you got into this situation.
I kind of grew up in the valley, like Merino Valley, and my dad lived in LA. My parents weren't together. My dad, an addict, was at Marijuana. Haven't seen him in.
Before I play the rest of this video, you just heard what they just said. You see how he's dressed. You see how he acts. He's trying to be something he's not. He's going to get himself killed one day. That's what's going to happen. And yes, birthday chat, it is for clout. That's what it really is. It's for clout. He's even said it. But the sad part is he's going to get him and the people around him killed. Because some of these people out on the streets don't like people like that. Especially if you're from a big city like Chicago, Cleveland, LA. Like, they're trying to move out to LA, but they don't have no money to live on. But he says, you know, he had 20,000 by selling pills. But the feds, let's put it this way. He had $20,000 cash in the safe, he said, and he also said that he had a lot of pills on the table for sale. So he's selling pills. Then he turns around and pretty much says the feds did not take him to jail. I'm pretty sure everybody in this chat knows if the feds come into your house and raid you and they take $20,000, sorry guys, I'm reading something birthday chat said something and I'm trying to read it. Caught my eye. So is this dude really trolling or what? Because now he's saying just stating facts. I didn't see what anybody else said. That was for the video. Oh, okay, I see Queen Survivor. I see what you're saying. That was for the video. He does not enjoy drinking. Not his thing, but he have no idea how that has anything to do with this. Jesus. Exactly. I don't know. I don't understand why people have to bring up certain things. I don't know. But anyways, back to what I was saying. And thank you, Queen Survivor. Thank you, Birthday Chat, for clearing some stuff that was going on in the chat. Thank you for clearing that up. So I don't know if they're trolling or what. I don't know. We just keep an eye on them. Just let me know if something don't look right to you all. You guys done this before. This is only my third, fourth video, so just keep me up. Yeah, I don't know. Queen Survivor, just birthday chat, Queen Survivor. If you see anything out of the ordinary, just let me know. But back to what I was saying. You know, when you have people faking something, that's how people get killed. That's how people go after people. That's why the got your and Joker's back too. Thank you. Birthday chat. Um this is how young kids get killed. This is why the crime rate is the way it is. That's why the world is the way it is. You can't beat a kid. You smack a child on the butt for doing something bad, you can get in trouble. We are very careful and protective, just saying. Let's keep it respectful and on point. That's all. I'll keep my eyes peeled too. But yeah, this kid, I give it a year. I give it till middle of next summer. We're going to read about this kid. We're going to read about this kid dying, getting shot in the street, because this is something he just woke up one day and said, you know what? I think I want to live like this because I don't want to accomplish nothing in my life. And there are people and there are people who has sat him down and told him, hey man, don't be doing this. Don't lie about something. If it's something you lived or grew up in, we understand. But if it's something that you just woke up one day and kind of looked around and said, you know what? I don't want to work. I want to get that money quick. I'm just going to hit the streets. I'm going to sell dope and I'm going to sell women on the streets. Girls. I can go find me a couple high school girls and I can sell them. What are you trying to prove? You're just, for one, you're going to get yourself killed. And if you're filling girls up with dope, with drugs, they're going to be addicted. Now you're screwing up their lives. Maybe they wanted to go off to college. Maybe they wanted to go do something. I understand everybody has their own mindset. I understand that you can't. I can't make anybody listen to me. But this kid somehow can make these two girls, it's on either side of them, he can make them do whatever they want. And it sounds like they're good girls. It sounds like they had somewhat a good life, except for the one I think on the left of them. It sounded like that mom and dad split up. Dad moved away. Dad got on some drugs, got clean, and she kind of followed that step. But it sounds like in her voice that that's not really what happened. It sounded like he kind of made her say that to make him look good. If that makes sense to anybody. And it seems like there's too many missing kids. There's too many kids dying in the world. There's too many kids coming up missing in the world. There's too many people coming up missing. Just like, I don't know how it is with anybody else's state, but in my state, it seems like if a cop dies or gets shot in the line of duty, everybody talks about it. It's all over the newspaper. Everybody talks about it. But the person who is fighting for our country, who goes to war for our country, gets shot and killed for our country, you don't hear too much about it. You really don't. You don't hear anything about it. Unless they're real known, unless they're absolutely known in that little town, that little community they live in. Like I know there's been a couple places here and there that you see pictures up and stuff like that of people who fought in war and stuff like that. Just like 2 days ago at my work, we had two guys who are military veterans. They passed away. There was nothing in the newspaper about it. There was nothing. And then we got kids out here on the street pretending something they're not and getting killed for it. It's almost like everybody's afraid to discipline kids. And I'm not saying beat the shit out of your kids. Lay some ground rules down, lay some laws down. And if you can't protect them that way, protect them by, putting cameras on your house and stuff, so when you are not home, they're not sneaking out of that house to get into trouble, so they know what that street life's about. I understand there's some people that I grew up with that are selling dope and selling drugs, and they're sitting in prison, and they have 3 kids, and their kids are like, well, I don't have a dad or a mom because they're in jail, they're in prison for selling drugs. So that's the life I'm going to live. It's how you treat, it's how you, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the way you raise your kids. If you raise your kids up by selling drugs, they're going to learn that. If you raise your kids to be good and do good in school, get good grades, and let them do what they want to do, but at the same time have those ground rules set, then you have those good kids. Then you have those good kids who has the ground rules, but they're sitting on YouTube or Google or watching a movie or something, and they see gangsters getting, lots of money, driving fancy cars. They think, well, that's what I want to do. I want to get that fancy car real quick. I want to get that big mansion real quick. I can't rap, so I can't get it that way. I don't know numbers, so I can't be a teacher or go work for a big city hall place. So I can go to college to do a little bit of stuff, but that's about it. Then work at a factory, work at somewhere that pays good. There's stuff out there. Just got home, my boy. Shade Darker, what's up, brother? How you doing? But it's almost like, I recommend everybody who's in the chat right now, Shade Darker, I know you just popped up. We're talking about this dude right here. The dude in the middle. I don't have a computer, so I can't really show too much, but I can only show. Hold on. I just clicked on the wrong thing. The secret to growing your tool by 6 to 5% in a matter of weeks can be found in your fridge. Are you afraid your tiny buddy down there isn't long or thick enough for your woman? Oh, shut up. Don't worry. Hold on, I get to it again, Shade. Hold on. I'm using another phone. Oh, God, where did it go?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
So, I'm talking about this dude here in the middle. He's 18 years old. I thought the two girls, I think they said they was 17, or he's 19 and they're 18, something like that. I don't know. I gotta watch it again. My brain's going in all different directions. It all comes back to no discipline parents are afraid to exactly, birthday chat, exactly. But the sad part is the girl, I think the girl in the blue, that's the one that her mom and dad separated. Her dad lives in LA or California or something, and then her mom's lives in a different state. Understand, okay? She's on meth. The girl in the red, supposedly, if you listen to the way she talks, her lifestyle growing up is almost similar to the girl in the blue. But at the same time, if you really listen and pay attention to the dude in the middle, it's almost like he wrote it down on a piece of paper for these girls to say in this interview, and then said, hey, remember this before we go to the interview, or you're not getting your meth today. See what I'm saying? It's going to put a target on his back. That's all what I got to say. I don't care what anybody says. It's going to put a target on his back. He's going to get killed. The two girls will get killed, because if they can't get to him, they will go after the closest thing to him. And if the girls are still close to him, they're going to go after to him. And what's he going to do? He's going to sit there and be like, oh well. No, he's not going to live in prison. I guarantee you he will not survive in prison. And I wish I should have fucking saved all these videos. I wish I knew how to do more shit on the internet. I really do. I wish I knew how to, like, do what Bare Bones does and everybody else, how they pop stuff up on their computer screen and stuff. I just need more technology shit. I need to learn more technology. Let me get on my PC. But yeah, if you go and Shade Darker, or any of you, if you guys want to go and type in that and watch the video, go listen to it, and then when you're done doing that, go to I know a lot of people don't like them, but go to that one. God damn it.
The Shark Tank.
Go to this one and watch that interview. And the kid will tell two different stories. Two different stories. And you know, I don't watch Adam 22, No Jumper. I don't watch him. I've watched him maybe a couple times. The dude that's got the tattoos, Sharp, I've watched him a couple times. He's on No Jumper. Nothing against that channel or anything. It's just Sharp, the dude that I just pointed out to, is talking to this 18-year-old kid and telling him he needs to knock it off before he gets killed. And if he then the kid's not listening. He thinks it's a joke, because all, like you said, birthday chat, all what he wants is clout. This kid only wants clout. But that's the thing with these kids anymore on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Well, I don't know too much about YouTube because I just started my channel. I've watched it. I watched it for a long time, but it has changed so much. But Instagram and TikTok. Everybody tries to get views on Instagram and TikTok, right? Everybody's trying to get views. Everybody will lie or do something to get those views. There are people who will drink bleach to get views. There are people that will go out and drive a car at 100 and 90 miles an hour down a freeway, lose control, and kill everybody in the car. But the driver, who's trying to get famous, he survives, and he gets all this stuff. Sharp AOG, he just keeping it real with little dude. Just facts. Exactly, yes. True. Shade Darker, true. That, for real, he's just keeping it real with the little dude. He literally is trying to pretty much tell this kid, look, you need to stop. Quit pretending to be something you're not, because there are real people out there who are doing this, and you're going to get killed. And that's how the world works right now. This is how exactly the world works right now. The world works in every aspect. You go to work, you think you're safe at work, but you're really not safe at work. You can go, like me, working at a factory. I can go to work every single night at a factory, right? But one of those people in that factory could get fired and get so pissed off, it could come and blow up that place or come and kill me. This is how the world is. And that's what this kid thinks it's funny, because he's pissing off all these people who legitly is running the streets, legitly doing stuff. And this dude is literally, Sharp is really telling him, hey, you need to stop. A lot of these people are telling this kid, hey, if you do not stop, you're going to get killed. The girls are going to get killed. You're putting the girls, well, I'm just trying to make them better themselves. How are you making these two girls better than themselves when you're filling them up with drugs, and you guys are homeless? And technically, he's not homeless. They live at this girl's grandmother's house. That's where they live. At this person's grandmother's house, or one of them's house, or something. But he keeps on saying he's homeless. They're not homeless. Homeless is literally living on the streets like I did. That's where I get pissed off at. Because when someone comes up to me and goes, man, I know what you meant. You know, I know exactly how you feel, man. You grew up in a rough life. And I know exactly what you mean. I lived on the streets. I was homeless. But I lived with my aunt and my grandma and my mom. That means you're not homeless. That means literally, dude, you are not homeless. If you're sitting there saying you're homeless and telling me you're living on the streets, covering up with a tarp, newspapers, trying to sleep, that's living on the streets. Keeping a roof, or living with someone who puts a roof over your head, you're not homeless. That's pretty much what you're trying to say, dude, is you're not homeless. You're just staying with some friends right now till you get some money gathered up to get out, to get up on your feet. Your friends took you in, so you're not sleeping on the streets. So you're not really homeless. You have a front door. You unlock. You go in, you can take a shower, you can lay on the couch and go to sleep, or sleep in a bed. There are homeless out there who do not have that. There are homeless out there who do not have none of that. They cannot go home and take a shower. They can't do none of that. They just can't. Either A, those homeless put themselves out there on the streets because that's just the life they want to live. They want to live on the streets. They want to do drugs and all that and get themselves out. But there also are homeless out there who lost their family because they lost their jobs, and it's hard to get back up on their feet. But you got this dude who's 19, wanting to be a thug, wanting to be a pimp, and wanting to do all of this because he wants to get his feet in the waters and learn and this and that. It's not college, man. It's not college. You don't go to pimp school. You don't go to gang school. You don't go to homeless school. You literally have to live that shit. Just like in my hometown that I live in, you have country boys sagging their pants. It's like, really? Pick something. Why are you sagging your pants? Well, it's because my pants are baggy. Well, you're a country boy. You grew up on the farm. And I'm not a judgmental person. I came from both sides of the track. I came from the city, and I also grew up in the country. Like literally legit. Grew up on a farm tractors, baling hay, cutting wood, feeding cows, feeding horses, feeding pigs. I came up on that. Before my mom met the guy who she's with right now, we lived in the city. We was city folks. Then my mom met this cowboy, pretty much. A country boy. And he literally sat me down. He goes, do you want to be this or do you want to be that? Pick a side. You can't be both. Be who you are. Stay in the middle. Be true to yourself. Be who you are. Don't try to combine the two. Just be who you are. And then I kind of looked at him and was like, man, that's like cutting a line down the middle. And he's like, no, seriously. He's like, think about it. You grew up in the city, so you know how the city people work. You know the blue collars, you know the gangsters, you know the streets, you know all that stuff. Then I take you to the country, and now you're learning the country stuff. Who are you? I was like, I'm me. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. I'm going to be real, and I'm going to be true. If someone asks me a question, I'm going to answer it to the fullest of my knowledge. And I'm going to be true to myself. This dude's not playing that game. He's not. He's trying to be somebody he's really not. People are really confused about their life and who that want to be. They are impressed and think the money is easy, but far from it. Exactly. You know, when I was a kid, I used to look at all the hot rod magazines, you know. I used to look at Jegs magazine. I see the car on the front. I'm like, damn, man, I really want that. And then I go walking home with my book bag on my shoulders, and then I see a dude that I went to school with. Well, I'm going to school with, that he dropped out of school, and he's driving something like that by selling drugs. He's driving a car like that, same age as me, 18, in high school, driving a car like this, and hasn't worked. And it's like, dude, how did you get that? Oh, well, I'm selling this, I'm slinging this, and I'm doing this, and doing that, and I'm making this. And it's like, man almighty. Like, I know I can do that. I know I can do that. But at the same time, it's like, is that the life I want to live though? Is that the life I wanna be? And then I met my mom's husband, who she's currently with now, and then that's when he said, "Hey, who are you?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, you're from the city. Now you see the countryside, and now you live in the country, so you're from both sides of the track. You know how to work. So if you want this, you got to work hard. Go find you a job. Put your hours in." And it seems like these kids nowadays, just like Birthday Chat said, they're fucking confused. Because the world's got them confused. Yes, there are people out there who choose the lifestyle of slinging dope, doing drugs, living homeless. I understand that. I completely understand. But the only person's going to change that are the people who are living it right now. Like, for an example, I've done drugs. I was homeless. I got kicked out of my house at the age of 16. I lived on my own the whole entire time. Did I ever slang drugs? I ain't going to say on the internet, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to pay your rent at the age of 16 when you're living with someone. You got to pay your half. So I did what I had to do. Got a job from the streets. Then I decided, you know what? This is going to land me in jail. So I went and got me a McDonald's job. What's up, Chris? There is a reason that exactly. Hey, I think most of us have been in the streets. I think that's why most of us have crossed paths. Exactly, Shade Darker, exactly. I think every one of us has been somewhere bad in our lives. That's how we all came connected. That's how I came connected with Bare Bones. That's how I came connected, and Bare Bones came connected with me. That's how I can connect with you guys. That's how I became connected to Shade Darker, Birthday Chat, Queen Survivor. That's why we're all a big family, because we know what each other's background is. We all have been there some way, somehow. But we don't pretend. That's the thing. We do not pretend who we are. We don't pretend that we are something we are not. And that's what aggravates me so bad, because this kid is going to end up dying because he's being something he's not. And he's trying so hard to get clout. And it's sad, because I guarantee you, and I pray to God that he does not. But I have a feeling we're going to find out that someone's going to end up shooting him. Someone will end up beating the shit out of him, leaving his body somewhere, and we're Bare Bones and all of us are going to be reading up on this dude next.
One marijuana.
That's for the money.
Like, right here, listen to what this kid says. When Sharp talks about the raid that this kid supposedly had on him, that the FBI came in and raided his house. Supposedly. Actually, it was his parents' house.
I'll show you exactly what they were doing.
What
You
I was
must have
doing.
paid
What
the
I was
word.
doing. What I was
Hey,
doing.
bro, listen to me.
God.
On any of these things, because there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of them's Adderall. Ooh, yeah, you was trying to move it.
Not moving it.
Yeah,
50
yeah, you
pills ain't
were.
moving shit.
Approximately
That's
20
personal
rubber
use.
bands, 1 marijuana.
That's
yeah.
for the money. Bands are for the money.
No, that wasn't. That was for narcotic sales
A t-shirt
indica.
business.
See where I pulled that from. Here you go, buddy. Here you go, buddy.
That's alleged though, y'all. That's alleged.
Alleged.
I never got charged for that. That's alleged.
What you mean?
I never got charged for that
Why
yet.
the fuck you
so it's
bringing it up
alleged.
here?
That's alleged shit.
Man, this
They're
shit
trying to
love
make
him
me
talking,
up.
bro.
They're trying to make me up.
changes.
It's called giving him enough rope to hang himself.
Yo,
He tries to run this
yo,
shit.
you gotta
Fuck
understand.
outta here.
They're trying to make me up.
See what I'm saying? See how this kid talks? Let's see if I can find another video. It's a little bit better. Just give me a second. Give me a second, and let's see if I can find a better video of it. A better video where you can just hear him talk. He going and get the clap, not clot. Get right with Jesus and leave the past behind you. It's the only way. Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that's the only way anybody can live right now. You know, put the past behind you. And the thing is, and I don't know if you guys agree or not with me, but the way I look at it as, I'm tired of reading, and I'm tired of hearing about a kid getting shot, a kid getting kidnapped, a kid getting killed by either the streets, by the hand of someone, or by a predator. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. And the sad part is, we're going to keep seeing it because we have stuff like this in front of us. We're going to have the news putting it in front of us, but they're going to twist it a little bit. We're going to have the internet. And then, you know, we got us YouTubers that does our research and does certain things about it. But when's it going to stop? That's what I don't understand. And I don't think it's ever going to stop. It's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse unless we can grab a grip of a hold of this generation. This new generation. Like right now, I'm scared to death. I'm scared to death as a father letting my kids go out in the world when they get to the age of 18. My daughter wants to go to college. Now I'm scared to death to let her go to college. I agree, but you have to be able to between what's real and what's YouTube. Exactly. I agree with you 100% on that. But there are some kids out there who don't know what's real and what's not. Watch TikTok. There's a lot of people on TikTok right now will do anything just to become famous. Like for an example, I can put kerosene in this, or pretend I put kerosene in it, right? I can pretend to put kerosene out of my heaters in this and act like I drank it. There's going to be a kid who is anywhere from the age of 15 to 23 years old who's going to actually put kerosene in a bottle and drink it and kill himself. Just because they want to become famous. That's all what they want. to become famous. And that's what this kid wants to be. He wants to become famous on the internet. He wants to be somebody on the internet. And the way I look at it, as just by doing what I've been doing, and I suck at it, and you all can agree with me, I do suck at this, but I try my best to try to do better and do better content. But I'm not trying to be something I'm not. I'm not trying to put anybody in harm. I'm not trying to put my wife and kids at harm for doing something stupid on the internet. I'm not going out there to get on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube and be like, hey, if you do this, it's going to make you famous, because it made me famous. No, you got to work from your bottom and work your way up. You got to do something that's not going to hurt anybody. Thank you, Queen Survivor. I try. Like right now, this stuff is probably not making no sense to anybody. But what I see, and like I said, you guys can look it up, sit down, listen to it, then you guys can see for yourself on, wow, this is, okay, now I see where he's coming from. Keep it real and people see that. That's how you get your true followers. Exactly. And that's what Sharp said in one of these interviews to that kid. He goes, dude, quit being fake. And he's like, well, I'm not being fake. This is who I am. This is really who I am. No. You literally went out to a thrift store and literally bought a fur jacket because that's how you thought the pimps did it back in the day, from the 80s and the 70s, because they walked around in the pimp jacket and the cane and the hat and stuff. But he thinks by dressing like this is really who he is. But technically it's just pissing a lot of people off around him. Like pissing a lot of true players off. And that's how he's going to get hurt. And I don't want to see this kid to get hurt. Damn, that scared the shit out of me. You're just starting out, but doing great, Joker. Thank you. Thank you, birthday chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, Queen Survivor. I definitely appreciate it. And like I said, yeah, if you're just true and like this kid, if he would just came on and been like, yeah, I just want to dress like this because that's how they did it in the 80s, so da-da-da. I guarantee you the two people are interviewing him, I guarantee they would never laugh at him. They would just be like, look, if you're going to do it, you need to do it this way. But if you're going to dress up because you want to pretend you're something, it's almost like being like Halloween. Halloween is my favorite time of the year. It's me and my wife's. What's up, Kenny? How are you doing? It's our favorite time of the year. And the reason why it's my favorite time of year, because you get to see the kids dressed up, coming around getting candy, because you can tell that when they get dressed up, they're actually dressing up in the costume of their favorite character, and they want to pretend for a little bit that that's the character they are that night. Just like us when we go to Halloween parties, sometimes I want to dress up like a race car driver or something, even though I'm not. I used to race. I used to drag race here in my hometown, but I'm not a professional race car driver. But those are the people I looked up to, so I would dress like one of them, or a football player or something. Much love, fam. Gotta go. Tuck my granddaughter in. Keep it up. Thank you, Queen Survivor. Thank you for stopping. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, go tuck your granddaughter in. Give her hugs and kisses. Oh no, because one day I'm gonna have grandkids. I hope I don't have none anytime soon, but one day I probably end up having one. At least from one of my kids. And I think my oldest daughter, I'm scared to death, man. I am. I'm scared to death. I'm afraid my kids. I got faith in them. I have faith in all of my kids to make it in this world. I know they can make it. I'm just scared to death because my oldest daughter, she's 18, and she's got good groups of friends around her. She's got a good boyfriend. I haven't met him yet, but I heard good things about him. And it's her, even though I don't care for her mother, but she is being raised in a good home and stuff. But she wants to go to college. She wants to leave out of state. And I am so afraid to let her go out of state. I know I got to let her go, be her, you know, but man, I am so scared to take my eyes off of her. Like, I am so scared to death because I am so afraid that I'm not going to be there to protect her if something ever happened. And I pray to God nothing ever happens. But I will say this. My oldest daughter, she knows karate. She did a year of karate when she was little, and she still remembers most of it that she learned. And I can tell you right now, she can take a grown man down. So I don't think I have to worry that much, but at the same time, I do, just because the way the world is. Just like I was telling the wife today, I was at a gas station a couple years ago, and I was standing in line at the gas station, right? There was an old man in front of me. Yeah, there was an old man in front of me. There was an older lady behind me, and then there was another lady behind her. And then right in front of, between me and the old man, there was a guy. He was probably 33, 34 years old. And he was in his army outfit. He had some medals on him. He had some markings on his arms and stuff. And he just got back from Afghanistan, I think it was. And the lady in the very back came right up and jumped in front of him. And he kind of just stood there and kind of didn't say too much. He kind of just looked at her like, why did you just do that? You know, why did you just jump up in line like that? And I just kind of stood there and I was like, just standing there dumbfounded. And the military guy ended up saying, hey ma'am, you know, I was here first. And she goes, who do you think you are? And he goes, I'm nobody, but I'm, you know, I was standing here. And she goes, I don't care who you are. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what's this world coming to? Like, literally, this is how we treat the people who protect us. This is how we treat the people who literally put their lives on the line for us. So I literally looked at the lady. I was like, look, I was like, he's from the military. He just looks like he just came back. I was like, sir, how long have you been back? He goes, I just got back today. I'm getting ready to go surprise my family. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, ma'am, he just got back. I was like, let him go back to your spot. Pretty much. It's just like, I don't understand people. I just don't understand. And I don't think I ever will understand. And I think I just drive myself nuts every day just by going to the grocery store. When I go to the grocery store, when I go to Walmart, I'm pushing a cart, grabbing stuff off the shelf, to feed my family. Me and the wife were going down, looking at the grocery list, grabbing stuff. Then you got a group of young kids who are either college students or just young kids standing in the middle of the aisle, hooping and hollering and having fun, giving high fives, and you're trying to squeeze through, and they're bumping into you, not even caring about you. And it's like, excuse me. And then when you finally get one of them's attention, they look at you and like, what the fuck's your problem? It's like, whoa, dude, I was just trying to squeeze through. I said, excuse me. And it's like almost like you have to fight anymore. There's like no respect. There's like no common sense. That's the word I've been looking for. There is no fucking common sense in this goddamn world anymore. None. No common sense at all. There is very few of us that has common sense, and thank God that I found some on YouTube. Shade Darker, he's got common sense. Birthday Chat's got common sense. Queen Survivor's got common sense. Kenny's got common sense. You all have common sense just like I have common sense. Yes, sometimes we can be in a hurry and sometimes agitation can get to us, but it seems like nobody has common sense. None. Just like officers. There are good cops and there are bad cops. The good cops, they're here to serve and protect us. And there's other cops that will pull you over, plant shit on you, or turn around, take the drugs from you, write you a ticket, and then go right down the next block down, get out of their cruiser, go to the back, grab the brown paper sack, and hand it off to somebody else. And it's like, what the hell? What the fuck did I just see? Did I really just see that? And then you're sitting there going, yes, you're never going to get the drugs out of the states at all. I don't care what state you live in, you're always going to have drugs. I don't care. Just like an officer, just like last night when I got pulled over in my fucking driveway. The highway patrol got behind me. The car, it was passing both of us in the other lane. I was going west. The cop behind me was going west. The car going east. Swerved and about hit a damn curb. But he followed me clear to my house and pulled me over because he said I went left to center when I know for a fact I didn't go left to center. I was like, what about the car? It just about hit the curb back there and kept driving. It could have been a DUI. You going to let them go halfway down the road and kill somebody? Oh, they didn't hit the curb. I was watching. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. Yeah, and we look like the crazy ones. Exactly. The ones that, and this is what's crazy. The factory I work at, I love my job. Don't get me wrong. I love painting. I love doing the work. You guys know I'm always at work. Anytime you guys go live, any of you go live or Bare Bones go live, you know I hop in the chat and the first thing I say is what? I'm sorry, I'm at work. I will got my earbuds in and I'm still listening to you all, but I will try to keep my eyes on the chat because I'm constantly at work. Working. Yeah, exactly. Shade Darker, working. If I was told to take that headlight out of that car sitting behind me, if I was told at work to take that out, what's the first thing I would do? I would grab a freaking drill and whatever it needs to be pulled out, right? If I couldn't find one of these, I would go ask a supervisor or something. Hey, can I get a drill? What do you need a drill for? Well, to get the headlight out. Oh no, let me call. Well, the boss said I need to get this out like in an hour. So I know I can do it in 15 minutes, but he wants it done in an hour, so I know I can do it in 15. So can you go get me a couple tools? Well, how about this? Why don't you let me make a phone call and have one ordered? Where's the screwdrivers at? Where's a Phillips screwdriver? Where's a flathead screwdriver? I will just use that. Oh no, don't worry about it. Common sense, right? Common sense. If the drill is dead or I could not find a drill, let me grab a screwdriver. Give me a screwdriver. Give me something to take the bolts out with, right? Common sense. But no, they're like, oh, let me call Newark, or let me call Harbor Freight or Walmart. Let's get one ordered for you, and then you can take it out next week. Okay, common sense is let's get it out now so we're not a week behind, right? Common sense. That's how my work is. No common sense. You're not allowed to use common sense at work. They rather be weeks and weeks behind and fork out millions and millions of dollars to overtime. Me, I look at it as let's keep your customers happy, let's get the job done quickly and get the product to them faster, at least a week ahead of time instead of 2 weeks late. That's the way I look at it. But that's common sense. You're not allowed to have that common sense. If that makes sense to anybody in the chat, I would love to hear your opinion on that and tell me what your thoughts are. But that's just the world we live in. No common sense. Just like me smoking. No common sense. I should stop smoking, but I don't got common sense, so I keep smoking. I keep smoking. I keep chewing because I don't got common sense. I'm sitting here about people having no common sense, and here I am smoking a cigarette. Common sense is quit, but I can't quit. But anyways, so I wish I knew how to do panels. I would bring a couple people up, but I don't know how to do panels yet. I'm not that famous on YouTube yet. I don't have that many subscribers on YouTube yet. I don't think I can do panels. Does anybody know? We all dig our own graves. Yes, we do. I'm smoking and chewing, and I am not trying to quit. Okay, Chris, yeah, exactly. I know. And the sad part is I've been saying I want to quit smoking cigarettes and quit chewing for the longest time, but it seems like the way the world works anymore, I just need my nicotine or I'm going to go insane. I quit smoking long before I quit chewing. Yeah, I feel you on that. Agreed. Exactly. Agreed. Yeah, we all agree. Yeah, like I said, I wish I knew how to bring people up, like up on the screen and stuff. I would do like a panel or something and have like a sit down conversation, and almost like I love going to like CFOW's chats, like his lives. I like going to CFOW's lives because it's laid back and everybody just talks about whatever comes up. That's what they talk about. Just like Bare Bones. When he does open panels like that, I just like it. I like I like to sit back, chill, and relax and just talk about anything. So if you guys got anything to talk about, let me know. We talk about it. Because I'm done mumbling about this this wannabe pimp. This wannabe pimp that's going to end up. I'm still digging in. I'm still doing my research on him. I'm still digging and doing some research. Right? It's kind of hard for me to do research because I don't have all the. I know you don't need a lot of equipment to do your research, but like I don't have a laptop where I can like just hop on like my phone. I can hop on Google and do certain things and look up certain people, or go to YouTube and look up certain people to kind of get my information and stuff like that. But this one kind of caught my eye, so I figured I'd share it with you guys. And if you guys want to look into it, you can check it out, whatever. Just listen to how the kid talks. That's pretty much what it is. CFOW is live. I know, it just popped up on my phone saying CFOW is live. I supposed to go hop up on his panel tonight, so I might go do that. Who's all going over to CFOW's tonight? To his live. Jump up with CFOW. Shade Darker, you going over to CFOW's? Anybody going over there tonight to chill? Hey, get on panel. Jump up with CFOWs. Hey, get on panel. I take it you're over there on CFOW's panel, or you want me to hop up on CFOW's panel? I don't know what you're... Jump up with CFOWs. Hey, get on panel. I'm gonna go see what CFOW is up to. I'll be right back. That's alright, birthday chat. I'm getting ready to get off here. I've been on here an hour and 17 minutes, so I try not to be on here too long because I know there's other panels. No, you get on with him. Gotcha. Shade Darker, I see what you're saying now. I don't know if Bare Bones is doing anything tonight or not. Anybody listen to Yellow Wolf? Yellow Wolf's good. I listen to all kinds of music. I am here till you end. Alrighty. Yeah, I might hop off here in like 10-15 minutes or so. I'm going... I got my other phone out. It's got Wi-Fi connected to it, so I just kind of scroll through to see what pops up. Pierce 720, what's up, brother? You're not working tonight? Or are you at work? Like, it's crazy. Like, I just came across, what does it take to catch a smuggler? Dude, do you ever notice, like, these people smuggle drugs in the United States? They will do anything and everything to do that. Joker, if you hit me up on IG, I will explain how to do live. It's so easy. Okay, this is going to sound stupid, Kenny, but what the hell is IG? Instagram, right? I'm looking for a blue-eyed, blonde, southern girl that likes Beer and Mary hugs. Oh. Um. Yeah, I will look you up, Kenny. For sure. I know Bare Bones wasn't feeling good last night, he said. I don't know. I don't know if Progressive is going live or not tonight. Yeah, I'll probably jump over at CFOWS for a little bit. I know he said I can come up on panel the other night. I think it was yesterday or Thursday night. Instagram, yeah. Yeah, Kenny, I kind of figured that after I said, what the heck is IG? And then I kind of put 2 to 2 together. And I was like, oh shit, that's Instagram. Duh. I crack myself up sometimes. Shade Darker join. Yeah, I will. Because I'm getting ready to get off here anyways. So I'm going to head over to CFOWS. Alright, guys. I think I'm going to get off here. I'm going to head over to CFOWS for a little bit. I might hop up on his panel for a minute or two. Thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you, Shade Darker. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Pierce720. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, oh yeah, a couple people already left. Queen Survivor, she's already gone, but thank you. Who else? Wife, howdy. Hit that like button, people. Hit that like button. Give it a thumbs up. We got 3. Let's make it 4. Let's make it 4. But yeah, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to head over to CFOWS, hop up on his panel for a few. I might have to take my phone in and get it charged. But I'll see everybody over there. Thank you again to everyone who came up here to listen to my little rant and rave. But with that being said, always remember, just stay true to yourself and just stay positive. We will all get through it together. And love each other, one another. Respect one another. Be kind to one another. And I cannot stress this out enough. The way the world is right now, always watch your surroundings when you are out and about. And always remember, if you don't have cameras on your house, get cameras. Get something to protect you and your family. Some way, somehow, because there's too many weird people out there anymore. It will do anything to get to you. But with that being said, thank you to all of you. And yes, wife, you are the pain in my ass, but I still love you. But Shade Darker, thank you. And much respect back to you. And I will see everybody over at CFOWS. Thank you.